What's good, y'all? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles, and you're listening to Real Talk with Miles Johnson, where you know we always keep it real. Let's get straight into it, man. I don't know why I'm waving my hands so much, but that's just how I talk. Now, I know you see, like, my mustache, it ain't full all the way. Look, bear with me. I cut it off so it can be better. A little setback for a comeback, right? So, look, new to the channel. I'm from Philly. From West Philly. I have very real takes. That's why it's called Real Talk with MJ. And Philly Phrenzy, it gets crazy. That's why it's called Phrenzy with a PH. And let's get straight into our first topic today in this episode. DeVonta Smith, the Philadelphia Eagles. They made some headlines today. This might come the next day, but anyway, they still made some headlines. So what happened? DeVonta Smith signed to the Eagles for 3 years, $70+ million, $51 million guaranteed for the guy that the Eagles picked in the first round in 2021. I want to say DeVonta represents Philly tremendously well. He's one of my favorite Eagles. It's Jalen Hurts. It's DeVonta Smith. And we talk about this core that Howie Roseman has assembled with Jalen Hurts, with DeVonta Smith, with Saquon Barkley, with A.J. Brown, with this offensive line of Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens. I mean, we have a core with most of these guys locked up until 2028. So let's keep it a stack. This Eagles roster will be good for a long time. You Cowboys fans, buckle up. Giants fans, buckle up. Commanders fans, buckle up. And speaking of our NFC East rivals, it's very funny to me and it's very fitting that the way that the Eagles got DeVonta Smith was through the Dallas Cowboys. Because when you look at the 2021 NFL Draft in the first round, the Eagles originally had the 12th pick. The Giants had the 11th, and the Cowboys had the 10th. Now, the Cowboys were dead set on getting Micah Parsons. That was their guy from the jump. Now, the Giants and the Eagles, they wanted DeVonta Smith. So what does Howie Roseman do? He calls the Cowboys and says, yo, I'll give you a pick, if we trade up from 12 to 10. We know that y'all are getting Micah Parsons anyway. So what happens? The Cowboys trade down, allow the Eagles to trade up. So now the Eagles are a pick ahead of the Giants. So now they're at 11. The Giants are at 12. What do the Giants do? Oh, man, we need a wide receiver. We missed our first guy, our first option in DeVonta. We'll trade down. We'll let the Bears get Justin Fields at the 11th pick, and we'll trade down and get Kadarius Toney. How did that go? How did that go? So thank you to the Cowboys for trading down in the 2021 draft and allowing the Eagles to draft DeVonta Smith ahead of the Giants, who were dead set on drafting DeVonta. And because of this move, Cowboys, we literally have our franchise cornerstone along with A.J. Brown, along with Jalen Hurts, to run the NFC for years to come. Thank you, Cowboys. Thank you very much. How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? So I wanted to say that, give you a little bit of history on how we were able to secure this guy, DeVonta Smith. And I heard this guy say A.J. Brown is going to be upset over DeVonta getting money.
How long before A.J. Owens looks over at his agent and says, wait a minute, he's a $25 million wide receiver for the Eagles?
What? Like, what? Like, what? Look, is A.J. Brown the most perfect human being. No, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. There's stuff that AJ Brown should work on. Like if the team is going through some difficulties, is going through a rough patch, we still need you to have that poker face and be like, all right, like things aren't going our way, but I'm going to still talk to the media. I'm going to still act like everything's cool on the outside. But on the inside, I'm going to, get through these problems that we're having as a team. That's what I wished AJ Brown should have did last season, but his head is always in the right place. His heart, I would say rather, his heart is always in the right place. But to say that a guy would be mad that another teammate of his is getting paid is a crazy take. Is disrespectful, and I don't blame AJ Brown for getting mad at the Philadelphia media because they say BS like this. It's just flat out disrespectful, bro. It's flat out disrespectful that you would think that AJ Brown would feel a type of way because DeVonta Smith got paid. If anything, AJ Brown would be like, thank you, because the better DeVonta is, the less I'll be doubled. Think about it. The better DeVonta Smith is, the more touches, the better looks AJ Brown will have. So he's rooting for DeVonta to get paid. He's rooting for DeVonta to get some touchdowns. He's rooting for DeVonta to have games like he had against the Buccaneers in the first round of the playoffs. That's what he's rooting for. He's not rooting for the opposite. Rooting for the opposite would be actually hurting him because it makes his job way, way harder. So the Philadelphia media, again, tries to divide the players. And again, it's pissing me off. And we have stupid takes. Like that man just said, it's obvious. I can't even blame the players for being like, I don't like the media for that. And it ruins it for the media that actually likes the players, that wants to tell authentic stories of the players, because we have idiots like this saying that a guy is mad that someone else got paid. Come on now. Let's get into the Sixers, man. Sixers, bro. It's about to be playoff time. Let's get into it, bro. All right, we got the Sixers versus the Heat. Jimmy Butler against his old team. Joel Embiid. He's had an MVP type season when he's been healthy. He would have been the MVP if he was healthy. But now it's for all the marbles. Now is, all right, Embiid, we're back at where we were. You got to show me something in the postseason. You got to show me something. If you're on the court, you got to show me something, bro. If you're on the court, there's no excuses. Now, this doesn't take away the responsibility that Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris have. Because Tobias Harris, I don't expect Tobias to outplay Jimmy Butler, but he shouldn't drastically outplay Tobias. Not drastically. Tobias, you got to hold your own, bro. You got to hold your own. Tyrese Maxey, you must outplay Tyler Hero. I know what Joel Embiid's going to do. That's not a question. But what I'm saying is I need Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris to, again, show up. I believe Tyrese Maxey will. I believe that. He's shown me that when the lights are the brightest, he shows up. But we are going to need Tobias Harris to not completely match Jimmy Butler, but at least 75% match him. If Jimmy Butler gets 25, can you get, a dub? You feel me? Or can you get can you get 17 points and play great defense? We don't need that 10 points on inefficient shooting. We need you to be aggressive, but also be efficient and hit shots when you're open. Because Joel Embiid is going to be doubled. We know that Bam can't touch this guy. So it's going to be on guys like Buddy Hield. Make open shots. That's why you came here. D'Anthony Melton. Hey, campaign. One thing, though, Kelly Oubre was the best signing Daryl Morey has made since being the GM for the Sixers. The fact that the Sixers got this level of production from a guy who was on a veteran minimum deal, are you kidding me? So shout out, salute to Daryl Morey, because what he did in signing Kelly Oubre, he's a gem. He's a gem, and he has flat out outperformed his veteran minimum contract. So all in all, I think that Nick Nurse, he won't, I don't think, out-coach Eric Spoelstra, but let's keep it a bean. Eric Spoelstra versus Doc Rivers, that was a mismatch. It was a mismatch. Nick Nurse ain't going to be out-coached like that. He's not. So I expect Nick Nurse to hold his own, and I expect this Sixers team in totality to play very, very well at Wells Fargo Arena, and a Heat team that has been inconsistent all year. Now, you can't, just snooze at them and be like, take who they were in the regular season for what they, could be in the postseason, because we have seen in the past this Heat team turn it on out of nowhere. So I have respect for that. I have respect for Jimmy Butler. I have respect for Eric Spoelstra. But this Sixers team, the way it's been playing, winning 8 straight games, they should be able to beat the Heat at home. I just pray that Joel Embiid, knock on wood, stays healthy for the game, stays healthy going into the playoffs, the real playoffs. And I'll say this, and let me stand up. The Knicks will lose badly if they play the Sixers. Badly. The Knicks better hope that the Heat beat the Sixers. I promise you. I promise you. Because I'm going to be in the building if we play the Knicks. And I'm going to be shouting crazy. I'm going to be talking crazy. Because we took Saquon from y'all bums, and we're about to ruin your playoff hopes. So please, please, if you're a Knicks fan, just pray that the Sixers don't win that playing game against the Heat and become the 7th seed, because your postseason aspirations will be ended early. So again, I got the Sixers over the Heat, and I would say in a best-of-7 series against the Knicks, 5 games. 5 games. 5-5. 5 games. Easy. Easy. Because you can let Jalen Brunson go off. I don't care. Let him go for 40. But you can't let him have 10 assists. You can't let him have 8 assists. If Brunson has 35 points, but he has 2 assists, I'll take that all day. All day. So nobody on that Knicks team can mess with Joel Embiid. It's not even a question, bro. Not even a question. If you try to double him, what's going to happen? It's shooters all around him. All around him. So I got faith in the Sixers. Sixers, do not embarrass me again, because my hopes are back up now. They're back up now. I have faith in y'all. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's talk about the WNBA. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. I want to say this for everybody that said the momentum in college hoops wouldn't translate to the WNBA. You're fried. You're smoking that good pack. Because let's keep it a stack. This was the most popular WNBA draft ever. All the homies was talking about it. I don't know about you, but my group chats, they was buzzing. I tweeted something. I said, yo, and we going to talk about it. I said Angel Reese should have been picked by the LA Sparks. The LA Sparks made a huge mistake in not drafting Angel Reese. Well, me and the homies going back and forth. Well, hey, they got Cam Brink. They got Rickea Jackson. What you talking about, Miles? You chatting? That's what it's all about. When you and the homies is chatting, bro, and y'all really like debating over something, that's when you know it's mainstream. It's mainstream. It's not just, oh, it's, I'm trying to do a good deed by helping out, helping support. Like, no, like, I feel it. Like, people are genuinely excited for this WNBA season, and we're going to cover it. So we have that situation going on. With Caitlin Clark, we'll start with her. I feel like the people that said, oh, it's not going to be as easy in WNBA, I mean, obviously. But here's the thing, though. She's never had a teammate as good as Aaliyah Boston. Not even close. Not even close. So you can't just double Caitlin Clark all day because you got Aaliyah Boston in the post. So what is we talking about? And if Aaliyah Boston gets doubled, you better not leave Caitlin Clark open. So this was a great situation for Caitlin. She's going to grow the game. She's the Michael Jordan of this era. And I had a video in which I compared the ways that Caitlin Clark and LeBron James, they were, talked about before they came into the NBA, before they, before she's coming into the WNBA. And it was people saying they're not going to do the same thing. I compared the two. Not the talent, but I compared the two in that aspect. And what did some people say? Stop comparing Caitlin Clark to LeBron James. Well, let me set this straight for you. In terms of impact, it's not even close. Caitlin Clark has a way, way better impact. A much more substantial and more significant impact than LeBron James. Easily. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like, she's literally going to get all of these girls in the WNBA paid. There are literally teams that are switching arenas before the Fever drafted Caitlin Clark to go ahead and be like, look, we know that it's going to be 8,000 more people coming to this game because of this one person. Let's go ahead and change our venues. LeBron ain't have that effect. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing, bro. So you want to open that can of worms. You want to open that can of worms with, saying, don't compare LeBron to Caitlin Clark. Well, yes, I just did. And yes, Caitlin Clark has a better impact, a more profound, a more significant impact than LeBron James. And what she will do for these women, you can't understate it. You can't say, well, it's a collective thing. It's Angel Reese and it's everybody else. I mean, it's Caitlin Clark and it's everybody else. It is Angel Reese, and we'll talk about her. Great segue, Miles. Great segue. Because with Angel Reese, it's like she is the second most impactful person in growing the game of women's basketball. The second. And what she did at LSU, I mean, she was box office. She was a superstar. You literally went to go see Angel Reese. Whether you wanted to see her fail or see her succeed. What did that famous bowling player say?
Hate me or love me, you watched. That's all you could do.
That's all you can do. So with Angel Reese, it's like, yo, I would have loved to see her in LA. I feel like the LA Sparks dropped the ball in that. I think they did. And not saying that Cam Brink and Rakia Jackson aren't better players as of this moment than Angel Reese. I'm not debating that. But when you talk about superstardom, when you talk about a superstar in popularity, in Angel Reese in LA, you can't pass that up. Not if you have 2 top 5 picks in the draft. Nah, so that pissed me off because it's like, if I was the commissioner of the WNBA, I am telling the LA Sparks owner, you better draft Angel Reese or it's going to be a big problem. It's going to be a big problem because you just can't pass up on that superstar being in LA when the main goal is to change the WNBA in a direction that is never gone. And Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are the ways that it can get to that point. Now, look, the WNBA got lucky because what did the Chicago Sky do? They drafted Camila Cardozo and they got Angel Reese. This is the same, pair that was going at it in the, what was it called? In the SEC championship. I mean, it was flat out cinema, and that was without Caitlin Clark. So the WNBA, it's just, what we're seeing now is just like all the stars are aligning. They're all aligning because it's like, all right, you have a consensus number 1 overall pick in Caitlin Clark. Then you have Angel Reese and her arch nemesis in college. Now they're teaming up. And Camila's like, look, we gonna be the best, rebounding duo there is. So I love to see that positivity. I love to see that. And I can't diminish what Cam Brink and Rakia Jackson are. They're going to be some stars in LA, strictly basketball-wise. I mean, you talk about their games. I mean, my man Paris said it about Rakia. I mean, she's one of them ones, bro. And I believe him. He coached her. He was right with her. I believe that. So let's talk about this play-in tournament in totality, right? Going back to the NBA. I heard there was talk that the Lakers, they would, try to avoid the Nuggets? What are we talking about? If you're going to have to play a team anyway, wouldn't you want to play them when there's not wear and tear on your tires? Because wouldn't you rather play the Nuggets? Let's just say the Lakers get to the Western Conference Finals, but they went through 2 grueling series, 2 7-game series, or 2 6-game series that were hard-nosed, well-fought. And LeBron is a little bit fatigued, and AD is a little bit fatigued because they're shouldering so much of a load. You're going to be at a disadvantage versus you have LeBron and AD with less wear and tear on their tires and be like, from the jump, let's get to it. Let's try and shock the world. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have that if I'm LA. There's no duck and smoke. If you're ducking smoke, that means that you're just you're just scary, bro. Like, you're just scary. Scared money don't make no money. If I ever go broke, gonna tell you something from me. Shout out Meek Millie, no Diddy. But I'm saying, I'm not ducking no smoke if I'm LA. It's like, I see who I get, and I'm going right at them. And you don't want to purposely, lose to the Pelicans and then have to face the Kings, who y'all never beat, or at least Anthony Davis has never beat Sabonis, or the Warriors, who can get hot and shoot for 26 threes on a given night when given the opportunity. Don't even put that in jeopardy. I'm pretty sure LeBron and those guys are saying, let's go all in. Let's try and get this 7th seed, and, let's see what we can do against the reigning and defending champions. Now, we talk about the Kings versus the Warriors. I'll be honest, I think the Kings, they got it. And Steph Curry, he might as well just say, can y'all trade me? I done made y'all billions of dollars. I want to win a championship. Trade me where I want to go. Please do that. And the basketball world really should be rooting for Steph to get out of Golden State. They're not winning anything, bro. They're not winning anything. I'm just sorry. All good things must come to an end, and that's the case with the Warriors right now. Even if by a miracle they get past the Kings, even by a miracle they win 2 straight games and get that 8th spot, all right, cool. You're getting swept or beaten 5 games against the Thunder. So what are we talking about, bro? This is not what Steph Curry does. He plays well into May, into June. That's what he does. And this Warriors team, after multiple misses in the drafts, have shortened, that championship window in Golden State. So do right by your superstar who made you billions of dollars. And if he wants to, he doesn't have to, but if he wants to, trade him somewhere that he would be the best fit for a championship team. I just feel like the NBA and basketball community deserves to see that. Like, comment, subscribe. It's Philly Phrenzy with Miles Johnson. I love y'all. Peace.